Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay. A se slišimo na internetu? Se slišimo na internetu?
Ja, zdaj se slišimo, ja, Hare Krishna.
Janavi, Janavad, do you hear us also? Haribol. Can you unmute and try to say something? Let's see. Okay. Not yet. Okay, it's okay. Okay, dear devotees, welcome to our Bhakti for Life course, part 2. These days here are not exactly right, but the content is right. So we'll do a little kirtan, a little, so we can warm up. Hopefully next time there'll be more swift. Can I really play?
Yeah.
You play with that?
That wasn't joke, no?
Not joking. Jaya Radha Kunja Vihara Jaya Radha Kunja Vihara Jaya Gopi Channavala Girivara Jaya Gopi Channavala Jaya Gopi Channavala की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, भक्ति फॉर लाइफ प्रोग्राम की जय, जय गो प्रेमानंदे, जय गो। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Anybody has a pen?
Pen. There is. No. No. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So welcome once again also to our internet audio. Welcome Jana also. So your chat message. Is technically everything okay? Its hearing is okay? Okay, it sounds okay. I will just wait for Mataji Govinda Priya and then try to continue. Okay, so Bhakti for Life course is a Bhakti program which we start to implement or start executing, quote unquote, when we start April, 3rd April, and we till the end of June, and in between, of course, we did 1 month of disciple course, which is not usually part of this program, but we added to it. If you remember, we did on May, not you, but others. So let's see, repeat a few things, refresh our memory. So this is the module 1, devotional practice. We have 3 modules of handbooks. These handbooks, which are made in Bhaktivedanta manner. For those who are on the internet, this is the first one, just to refresh your memory. So first module is a devotional service. Second module is theology and philosophy. And the third module of the handbook is Vaishnava culture. This also follow this division of three modules also follow the Vedic division, which, if you remember, we have three categories of knowledge. We have Sambandha, which means philosophy, and theology, like we can say. Then we have Abhideya. Abhideya is a practice, is devotional practice, which is now. And Prayojana, which means, of course, the goal. And here is represented as a Vaishnava culture. Vaishnava culture, because all the knowledge, of course, results in love to Krishna, prema, but in our context, it results the transformation of the Vaishnava devotee, which is manifested in the behavior and attitudes. Behavior, how we act, how we speak, how we act in the difficult situations. This is how character can be evaluated. Right? So our goal is what qualities we develop. 26 qualities of devotees we know are is our goal, ideal. If you want to, someone asks what is our ideal, we want to become like this. We're going to speak about these qualities also. They are mentioned 2 times, at least, in the Bhagavad Gita. And one is 12th chapter, the qualities most dearest to Krishna, if you remember. From 12 to 12:20, there are 26 qualities. And then at the beginning of the 16th chapter, divine and demonic nature, there's also 26 qualities mentioned there. So they are our goal, which is of course manifest by becoming pure, right? Pure. When we advance in devotional life. Of course, we don't just wait that they manifest, we work on that. We mentioned that the Vedic education has 4 phases. Anyone remembers? What are the 4 steps or phases of Vedic education? How this knowledge makes transformation? In which steps? What is the first thing? Shravanam. This is the topic for today. Shravanam, which means reading, means listening, hearing from the advanced Vaishnavas, Guru Tattva. Now you know what is Guru Tattva, right? You were in the 7th course, we know Guru Tattva in the small finger. No? Guru Tattva. Guru Tattva is not one person. Usually, when we say, speaking about Guru, we think, oh, our Guru, my Diksha Guru, that's me and him. That's perfection of spiritual life, right? It's not. It's one aspect of Guru Tattva, is a Diksha Guru, but one of the main emphasis of the disciple course is that to understand that Krishna manifests through many agencies, through many channels, right? One channel is Diksha Guru, which could be most prominent, but not necessary. In ISKCON, maybe not. Maybe. Depends on where we are. But also other Vaishnavas who helps us awakening our devotional, nature. Who help us in spiritual advancement, they are also part of Guru Tattva. They are Krishna's representatives. You know that all Guru, the original Guru is Balaram, which his manifestation is Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, right? The dove and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, we know, is Super Soul. It's Antaryam in the heart. He is the original Guru. And he according to our desires and the desires of the Vaishnavas, he directs us to his representatives. Guru network. Here in the 11th canto is 24 gurus, which is another perspective. How Krishna teaches us through 24 elements in the nature, from the bees, from the sun, from the water, from the wind. It's an interesting topic also, but not for now. So Guru. And anyone, of course, devotees with whom we live, who direct us, who inspire us, who maybe also eats our nerves. Maybe also part of that training, how we can spiritually advance. That's recommended that we don't live alone in one perspective. One part of Shastra said you should live alone, like Bhagavad Gita 13, 8 to 12 there, principle of knowledge. One is live alone. That means live alone. You should not live with materialistic people. Who they have only one goal, how to exploit Krishna's nature, Krishna's energy, sense gratification, selfish gratification. So it's a network, means Shiksha and Diksha Gurus. And maybe I would say a little awkward statement that now maybe in this balance between the Diksha and Shiksha Guru is not well balanced. That means the Shiksha Gurus are very highly situated, and Shiksha Gurus, they don't have any recognition in the eyes of the disciple. And this is the course is meant that this understanding that everyone, because according to Sridhar Damrita, the Shiksha and Diksha Gurus, they are equal manifestation of Lord Balaram, equal, not so much. But how can we see this in life? When our spiritual Diksha Guru comes, so everyone comes, to visit, to see the Diksha Guru. But when Diksha Guru goes, no one is around. This is the graphically presented. But that's not exactly how Shastra teaches. We have Shiksha network all the time. And we have this vision, this perspective, and this attitude toward them. Krishna will manifest through them to help us. Otherwise, we say, "Oh, I'm alone. I'm confused. I have doubts. I don't know what to progress. I don't know what to do." All these questions comes, and Krishna is right there in the Guru form, in Shiksha form. And that's why it's important to understand these things. So yes, we spoke about these three level of knowledge. If you go back, and this is the first model. Interesting that we started with devotional service, which is Abhideya, with the devotional practice. This is also maybe significant because we are already involved in the process, right? We already read. We are here in the temple, so it's not that we have. Is Krishna's God? Is this a real thing? You have some Shraddha already built up. Not only Shraddha, but also Shraddha is the first step. Then second step is Sarasanga coming in the association of devotees, right? And then the next is Bhajana Kriya. Bhajana Kriya means we already practice, but we are already doing bhajan. We are already executing devotional service, right? And there are two parts of the Bhajana Kriya. It is Anishtita Bhajana Kriya and Anishtita. Anishtita means not stable. It's not stable. It still has influence of Rajas and Tamas. It means one day we are very enthusiastic, next day we just want to sleep. It's all these dualities are within our. Sometimes you want to take sannyas, one day you want to eat chocolate. It's different. It depends on the lunar day. It depends how I'm tired. It's all these different influences are there, which influence our devotional practice and especially attitude. Attitude, all progress in devotional services depends on the attitude. How we approach, because externally we do things like they are doing in the outside world, right? Cleaning, doing some physical activities, read, but the intention, how we are doing, makes a big difference. That's why so much we speak about the mind control, focus on mind, hearing, remember, all these activities of the subtle body, mind, right? Mind, what mood, how you do, in which mood you are. Angry mood, neglectful mood, proud mood, greedy mood, all these different shades. So, so we start with devotional service. So there are, this is the content of Module 1, devotional service. We came up to the Unit 4, we finished, right? We take quite a lot of time to discuss 4 regulatory principles, which are, do you remember anything about why we stopped so much in discussing 4 regulatory principles, which are quite simple. Domin, can you defend this attack?
Yes, I hope maybe. I can try, that's what I meant by asking.
Let's try.
Yeah, you gotta keep up the regulative principles because it enforces our being in Sattva Guna. And when we are in Sattva Guna, we can execute Dharma.
Okay.
That's where we can develop Krishna Prema.
Okay. You defended well, quite well. Any other? Remember anything else? Why we? What was the?
There are like 4 pillars for sustaining this.
Pillars of? How we call pillars of? Religion there, but there are pillars of?
Pillars of, the tapas, like austerity, cleanliness, saucham. There is truthfulness,
right?
And there is one more, which is
connected with. We can just state all the 4 principles and then connected. Which is
being compassionate.
Mercy and is connected with and with ahimsa, non-violence. Right? So these are because the main struggle of the devotee actually is dealing with lower modes. Right? What we are transforming in devotional service, from the lower rajas and tamas to try to rise up to the sattva guna. And this is also, when sattva guna is mainly manifested, then this is called nishtita bhajana kriya. This means stable devotional service. It means that we are able to establish sattvic lifestyle. Because only in sattvic lifestyle we will be able to, our mind will be focused, otherwise we will not be focused. That's why, if you put like a fire into, or water in the fire, so we will distinguish the fire. So if we are connected with the rajas and tamas, it will not bring a result, right? That's why there is a vow. I will follow this because then you open the door that you will come to sattva guna. It's not necessary because it's not automatic, but it takes good direction.
At least it's possible this way.
Yeah, this is how how Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Bharnava envisioned. And that's why they put in the vows of in the Harinam Diksha, which doesn't do anything with spirituality. You know, it's not spirituality. It's not indeed homelessness at all. But they are cleaning the way, that we can go. We can go. So that's why we discussed that these four principles behind and the rules have broader understanding. It's not just this 1, 3, 4, 4 and it's finished. No, all things which creates tamas and rajas are into that. Right? If I'm angry, there is nothing in anger within the four level principle. Is it? Correctly, no. Or I'm lazy or something, all this, dirty, whatever. All this stuff, it pours water on the fire of development of emotional state, or growth of sattva-guna. So all this stuff, criticizing and all this stuff, political stuff in the internet, it's all part of that, That's great sattva-guna. So if you understand the principle, then okay, this is also part of that aim. The aim is that establish sattva-guna. Because only sattva-guna will enable a nishta, stable devotional service. Stable means mind will be able to hear the holy name. You will have proper attitude. You will not criticize. You will not be neglectful to the deity. That is why deity worship is so important also. Because quickly force you to sattva-guna. Right? You have all the education. I have to be puja clean, showering, cold water. all this part of that, Waking up in the morning, like that, it's all part of this. All this lifestyle which Prabhupada established you just follow. If you follow blindly, you try to, it should brought us, but when you follow blindly, then I don't feel like it, you're little, senior, then I will not do it, and then tamas just come in. And then we wonder why the process doesn't work after 20 years, because we are not doing effort to rise to sattva-guna, where the devotional service could really bring the fruits. And reading, just we speak today, and chanting, the most powerful, process which also purifies, lifts us above into sattva quite quickly, because intelligence is very sharp, strong, spiritually strong, that it can control the mind, conditioned mind. This is also buddhi, spiritual, inspired intelligence can, one of the aspects of that is determination, for example, is the function of intelligence. Comes, one mind wants, I don't feel like it, I have these, habits. Remember such of course, habits are that. Yeah. Habits are all strong ties of rajas and tamas. That's, how rajas and tamas manifest in the bad habits. Right? I feel like drinking, I feel like sleeping, I feel like I don't feel like taking shower after toilet, all this laziness and enjoyment, selfish enjoyment, that is manifest. So it's important. For the long run, it's important to understand, this is the food for the intelligence. That we can, when they are challenges, which will be so many. It will be inner challenges, our conditioning, our samskaras, oh, I used to do that, it's all that in the mind, you're dreaming, hankering or, lamenting. This too also. And this is one, and the other is from outside challenges, the most powerful weapon of distraction invented in the history. You bring with us, the most powerful weapon of distraction. There should be a huge warning. Too late. But you should speak about it. How powerful. They steal attention. And this is the aim of Sattva-guna, to get attention for Krishna, right? This is the biggest stealers of the attention. In which direction? Not probably the direction of Krishna, right? Sometimes, but rarely. The generalist doesn't. Right? So, yes, so this was about, and the Shareler appearance is a part of establishing this Sattva-guna, help us. That's why communities are important that help us, because we are so weak. Actually, how we start this course, that we are not qualified jivas. We don't have qualification to be yogis, to bhakti yogi, right? We are mercy cases, right? We got opportunity by the mercy of Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada. So it's and that's why we mention one quality out of many probably, which is dominant within our, level of our devotional service. Not in this level, any level, but especially we should be aware it all the time. If Adrian would be here, he would bring us the t-shirt. Remember? What it said for the t-shirt? Gratitude, right? If you're not grateful, be a grateful. Right? And this quality should be there because out of this understanding that we're not qualified, right? We got something what we don't deserve, is wanting, and we cannot progress if you're not grateful. Why? Because attacks of a lowermost is so severe. Devesha gunamayi, we cannot all the time, we cannot, just, I will protect myself from that, I will be very strict, I will let them, impossible. Because Devesha gunamayi is Krishna's energy, and we cannot, because we're not qualified, and this is powerful energy. So we function on the principle of mercy, right? Mercy of Guru Parampara, Guru Tattva. So that's why the mood of service is so important, because it's always keep us under, grateful mentality. As soon as we are thinking, we are disturbing, or okay, I need a little, my right. It's okay, but in this, if we are going that direction, we will actually stop the mercy flow. Well, that means when mercy comes, when Krishna is pleased, when we serve devotees, right? That's how Krishna is pleased, right? We're serving him, that attracts Krishna's mercy and devotees' mercy. But when we are, not in that mood, enjoy or control or whatever spectrum is there, then we come to a level that it all depends on our endeavor. Without the endeavor for unqualified yogis, it's not very powerful. Right? That's why we become weak. And it's practically impossible to advance. You can be around 20, 30, 40, 50 years. if you don't have the mood of gratitude and service attitude, it will not last. And you can do big external things, amazing things. But if you don't keep that mood as a primary, as a top priority, it will be hard time. And we will very, very difficult to come to the level of Nishta. Because it's only our endeavor. We need constantly to be, connected with the flow of mercy which comes from this attitude. Very important, super important. And in day-to-day life, and our practice, constantly distraction from that principle of gratitude and service. Constantly. So that's why it's important that we have association who cultivates that mood. Serving attitude. Pleasing devotee. Serving means pleasing. How they're pleased, not I just serve whatever I do, I'm just serving. And we don't, that means that we have to be conscious how to please them, right? This is also a definition of devotional service. You remember this triangle? When devotional service, when activities become devotional service, when you have these three items or elements must be fulfilled. First, if the object, of course, is Krishna or devotees, right? Then the intention, why we are doing, is to please them, right? Anakulina, to please Krishna, to please Guru Parampara, right? To please Krishna's representatives, devotees, is Anakulina. And the third is Anushilanam. Krishna Anushilanam means in the way they like to be pleased, not how I think to be pleased. That's why we seek blessings, right? In what way? That we understand how to please. Oh, I will do my own way. I know better. I have very experience. I'm 50 years around. No, it's not the mood. How can I serve you? Please tell me. Or you observe. When we adopt this kind of mood, then the result of devotional service immediately manifests. Immediately. No need to wait, that you advance. Immediately, when you're in that triangle, if you catch that, all the elements of that formula, immediately you experience Kleshagni and Shubhada. These are first two characteristics of pure devotional service. Kleshagni, all anxiety goes away. Kleshagni means there is a pain, but suffering which comes with that pain is not anymore there. We are not disturbed by that suffering. That means Kleshagni. For example, it's very hot, it's a pain for the body, right? But you're not disturbed. You're not suffering, because how do you respond to that pain is what devotional service gives. Understand? You have three: Adi Klesha, Adi Bhaudika, Adi Devika, you remember, right? Pain from the other living beings, from the higher authorities, and from our own body. So it's important that we try to catch the essence. Gratitude, serving mood, to please in the way that they are pleased, or the Lord is pleased. We should never only Krishna. Devotees are part of His. Krishna is never alone. But of course, we have to have also this discrimination. How, if devotees, we have many categories of devotees. Those who have this mood, this understanding, is proper to seek them. Because we have, we are in different modes. One is majority tamasic. They have influence of tamaguna. They are devotees. but influenced by Tamaguma. Criticizing, neglectful, I don't care, I don't mind, no one follows, no one succeeds, this kind of mood which discourage this mood which we explained before. Conflict, disharmony. No, I don't feel going. I don't feel going to the program. Discouragement, from the will of Guru Parampara. Then Rajasic, all this. Many other things to do. I don't have time. I have many responsibilities. I don't have time to go to Sangha. I don't have to for Krishna Katha. I don't have time to go to temple. I don't have time, to. I have so many things. Sattva. It's better. Think, stand. So it's important that. So this was the main thing. So the influence of Rajas and Tamas. That was the topic which is being now. So now the unit 5, which we're coming now, is now the activities which are which invokes Bhakti. No? According to Rupa Goswami, there are 64 activities or items of pure devotional service, and this 64, you heard about 64 of these items? The nectar of devotion. And there are 20 are rules, do's and don'ts, yama niyamas, first 20. And remaining 44 items of devotional service, they can be divided in many different categories. One was done by Prahlad Maharaj. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, the 7, 9 categories, right? All these 44 which remained are in that division. But usually these 44, they are summarized in 5 most important, which are repeated 2 times, right? There are 5 most powerful activities which invoke our dormant devotional mood, devotional bhakti, which they are. Which 5 most powerful? Association of devotees, studying, reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chanting Hare Krishna, living the holy places or establish holy places where we live, and chanting we said, and deity worship, right? Worshipping of the Murti. So the most 5 powerful. So amongst them, hearing and chanting are here. So now we start. So on the page 57, say 57. Let me see, we have it here. Devotional practice. Okay, 57. You have? Okay, let's do a little reading, and then we'll discuss in between. Can we start, Domen? Page 57. I'll try to also.
Hearing and chanting. Spiritual life begins with...
Just 1 second, that I can also put for the devotees. Any comment on this, what we spoke now? It makes sense, or was... it was so simple, we already know all this, there's no need to repeat that. If is that, then I repeat for myself. Any comment on that? Or was making any sense? Come on, what was your impression? You heard this so many times, so you're ready. boring about it, like that? Or
I've
something?
heard it many times, but I need to hear it a bit more. So maybe I can put it in practice someday.
This is my aspiration also.
How I see it.
Okay, sure.
It's interesting to hear it again.
Okay, so now here. Okay. Yes, we are done. Okay, so let's do a little overview and then we'll try to. Who was on the Japa retreat in Popari? You were there? Okay, you were not there. Okay, so okay, we'll do. Okay, please.
Spiritual life begins with hearing and chanting, and together they form the essence of the means of advancement by hearing and chanting. Ones whose heart and mind are purified and elevated. 2. One gains spiritual strength. 3. One pleases Krishna. In the beginning, it may be difficult, but with constant practice, one gradually develops a taste. Just like to a diseased person, jaundice, sugar candy will taste bitter in the beginning, but it remains the Ayurvedic cure.
Okay, so three things. Hearing, chanting. What does? Can you repeat? Go repeat that. Three things. What hearing, chanting produce? First.
Mind is purified and elevated.
Okay.
We gain spiritual strength and please Krishna.
This is Krishna. It is like a jaundice. We don't have this. If we don't have a taste, we still do it, because then this jaundice will be cured. Okay. Continue.
Action.
So now we have like a two. What? This is now one side is action, and what results from the karmis and devotees. Okay. Listen.
Most people hear and speak about mundane topics, compared to a croaking frog calling the black snake of Maya. Thus, their minds become absorbed in mundane thoughts.
Okay, this is the result. Okay, so whatever you speak, this creates subtle body. This is the other thing. No? What you speak about manifest is that one is result of everything. It goes out speaking, or vice versa. What you speak goes into subtle body. Okay.
We must keep the natural tendency to hear and speak, but change the subject to Krishna. In this way, one's mind will become spiritually enlightened.
Okay. Few quotes, yes.
Hearing. The Vedanta Sutra 4.4.22 says, Anivriti sabdat, one is liberated by sound. Sound is the subtlest element that we can perceive. Therefore, transcendental sound can most effectively enter the mind and here to produce change. Mind and heart to produce change. When a man is sleeping, he can be awakened by sound. Similarly, the conditioned souls sleeping in illusion can be awakened to knowledge of God by hearing transcendental sound.
Okay. Can you read the shloka, Govindapriya?
Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the super soul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, clears his desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Srimad Bhagavatam 1:2-17.
This is very famous verse actually. When we'll do audio of the Bhagavatam, hopefully you will have this opportunity. There is one section of shlokas from 1-16 to 1-21, which describe the complete process of how one develops in devotional service, how one advances. There is 14 stages. 14 stages by Vishnu Chakravarti mentioned. We know usually 9 stages, right? Shraddha, we mentioned before. Shraddha, Sadhusanga, Bhajanandriya, Anartha Nivritti Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema, right? This is how Rupa Goswami gives, but the Vishnu Chakravarti even device, even in between some stages which are there. So this is, and this shloka is like a second.
How it sounds in Sanskrit, do you know it?
So this one, Shrinvatam Svakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha. This one. So it's this shloka emphasizes the importance of not only hearing, but eagerness to hear. This is very important emphasis. So eagerness to hear, when Krishna sees eagerness to hear about him, Krishna in the heart observed this. Oh, this devotee is eager to hear about me. Then only Krishna removes abhadrani. Abhadrani means anarthas. This means material desires from our heart. So if we contemplate on this statement, so eagerness, that's why it's so important that the devotees try to, penetrate and try to always put out or put forward Krishna Gatha. Whatever, what I read this today. Oh, that point from the Satyananda Swami class was so nice. We should encourage each other with these topics all the time. Otherwise, that not done, all these other things can, or this is even good, but other things which maybe, tamasic and rajasic maybe, is even more. So this is the methodology how we clean our heart. It's very important. We cannot clean by austerity. We cannot clean by any other Vedic technology, I would say. But eagerness to hear Krishna Gatha. That's why yogis are not successful. Ashtanga yogis, Vishwamrita Muni, or this famous example in Bhagavatam, which are yogis which cannot even imagine, Durvasa, all these yogis, they cannot purify their hearts by mystic powers. We just say, mystic powers, but these mystic powers, if you would imagine what they can do, we will be flabbergasted. We will wow, flying, they are great. This is for us unimaginable. But purifying the heart from selfish, from ahankara, turn kama into prema is not possible by our own capabilities. So it's important that we try that's why when this reading is stressed, right? That you read, because when you read, then you're also eager to speak. Here example, little Govinda, he's healing so much, he just cannot stop. Even he doesn't want to give classes. No, he cannot stop.
He gives the most classes.
Yeah, he gives classes all the time.
That's
It's not necessary, but he gives money. He gives.
So this kind. But I'm pointing out the principle, right, of hearing, reading, and so our mind is fulfilled with this topic. So then heart will be purified, mind will be purified, Krishna will be pleased, and we get spiritual strength. Right? That's three things which we. Okay, any comment? Any realization on this? Any realization? You had experience when you speak Krishna Katha, or that you feel enlivened, doubts wane away, you get more strength to follow sadhana. Or if you don't read, for example, what happens?
How can you know the philosophy if you don't read? How can you know the philosophy if you don't read?
Yeah? No,
It's not about philosophy, it reflects on the life, everyday life.
Why would be philosophy important? Why?
It keeps you in sattva.
Why? How? What is the mechanism behind?
is the knowledge which comes through paramparam system.
Okay. How this works, knowledge? What knowledge does? Who is enlightened? Who is enlightened by knowledge, transcendental knowledge?
It purifies the mind.
Purifies the mind also? And who? Which element is there which is connected with the knowledge? Mind? Okay, we said mind is purified indirectly, but also intelligence, right? Buddhi. Enlightened intelligence, right? Because in the structure, right, we have 5 elements, and then we have mind, intelligence, and ahankara, right? This, and in the intelligence has a spiritual knowledge. That means it's connected, bypassing the ahankara, right? As we mentioned that. We just mentioned that in the subprogram. If we are attached or following the Guru Parampara instructions, so intelligence bypass the false ego, no? Otherwise, I think people are very intelligent, right? Outside, no, the faculty of intelligence is they are not stupid. I mean, stupid in the sense, they're very creative intellectually.
There are many types of intelligence.
But they are going through to ahankara. They are doing for the selfish because they identify as an enjoyer and controller their goals. They are doing that creativity, intelligence for their selfish, agenda. It's not for Krishna's pleasure. So this is very important to understand. Very important. So that's why this is so important. Can you start chanting?
Should I read first?
Yes, let's do that.
Of all the senses, the tongue is very prominent or deeply rooted in our psyche.
Physics.
As babies, the first sense we can actively use it is the tongue for sucking or wailing. Chanting engages the tongue in devotional service and thus has a powerful effect.
So this is the shloka for tongue, no? Glorifying the tongue. Okay? Chanting.
Chanting. People always want to see God, but we cannot see God with our blunt material senses. However, if we please Krishna with our devotional service, he reveals himself. The Shastra states that such devotional service begins with the tongue, through chanting and taking prasadam. Thus, seeing God begins with the tongue, a rather unusual principle. The Yuga Dharma process of religion for this age consists of chanting. 1. The holy name congregationally, Nama Sankirtana, and 2. The glories of the Lord and His holy name, Nama Prachara.
Nama Sankirtana and Nama Prachara. One is the chanting, one is the also chanting, but Krishna Katha. In that sense, this is 16. Okay, so this is very actually this paragraph is actually paraphrasing the very famous shloka from Bhakti Rasamrita Atashi Krishna Namadi, which describes that the devotional service starts with the. We cannot see Krishna with this blunt eyes, blunt senses. And we can see when these senses are serving the Lord, then Krishna will be revealed, right? With material senses we cannot see the Lord, but when we serve with the same senses the Lord, then Krishna will reveal himself. So this is the definition of seva, which we spoke over before. We had this triangle, right? Krishna, intention, to please Him and the way He wants to be pleased. If that is done with these senses, then Krishna will reveal ourselves. And stand with the tongue, of course. So important is that this transforming material to spiritual is done by understanding what pure devotional service is. This is important. This is how seva is done. So intention must be there to please. I am cleaning this floor for Krishna's pleasure, for devotee's pleasure, for devotee who give me this service. And the way he wants to be clean. Or cook, or distribute books, or whatever.
Sometimes it's hard to, because devotees a lot of times say, yeah, I want to do this perfectly or very good, this service. But they don't see it from the perspective how others instruct them to. They just want to do it good how they see it, not good how they get instructions.
Yes.
Because good, it means following the instructions, even if it's not perfect.
Exactly. It's the mood, né? It's not the external things. It's also there, could be, but it's not the main thing. For example, distributing books is a famous one. No? Oh, how many books you will distribute? You can distribute hundreds of thousands of books, but the mood is not the proper. Your benefit is it's not as that number is showing. Krishna can empower you, but the main is this is the vehicle that we can express that mood, right? The service, the activity of the senses are the vehicle that we can express that intention and the way that is pleasing. That's the main thing. Also in chanting, right? The melody is only the vehicle. No?
Yeah.
Vibrating only the vehicle, but the intention, as Hari Bhakti, express, no? I cannot imitate, but of course, but it must be also for Krishna, no? It's not just my expression. I cannot. So it's not also how it's done. We can do. We have intention, but we cannot do properly. We don't have capacity to sing like that, for example. No, but there's a vehicle. There's the vehicle. This boat is there is Krishna's grace, but his intention, then Krishna accepts that also. The same. That's why this example with the Lord Ramachandra, Hanuman, and the mosquito or squirrel was that building the bridge. Is the perfect example of that. Externally, I can, put tons of stone to build this bridge. And what are you doing? Get away.
Get away from my side. Yeah.
Right? It's exactly the same point. And also, in Buddhist devotion and that. But because we are so externally conditioned, we just see the numbers. And everything's only the numbers. So we are sucked into that, external stuff. Can be the same with the sadhana. I'm all there, but my mind is somewhere else. It's not for the pleasing. That's where the main capacity of our advancement is there. So that we are reminded, that we are aware. But for that contemplation, and then reflection, you need to be in sattva guna. I cannot do it if you're not sattva guna. You just I had to go. I'm sleeping. You cannot. You cannot.
This is my realization some time ago. It's like we have a double life, external life, what others can see, and the internal life, where you can work so much, where it's so many, there are so many things to do in the inside work, with yourself.
But when they match together, when outside and inside goes together, and then gives example to the people, to us others. That is very powerful. That's advanced devotee. He's advanced inside the mood and attitude, and he also acts aligned with that attitudes.
Because in some way these two also go together. Like doing service, if we have the intention to do it nicely and for Krishna, for his pleasure, then of course it will manifest materially also. Not necessarily, but a lot of times Krishna will fulfill.
That's Krishna's will. That's all Gita is all about that. You do your service, but what comes out, Krishna, you have to fight. Arjuna, you have to fight. Out of duty, but one is out of duty. Is the first step on the steps, on the stairs. That out of duty one is, and out to please someone is bhakti. No, let's start with duty, because it's my duty. I will do it, but I will do it for you, Krishna. It's what Krishna brings Arjuna. No? First fight because of Kshatriya, no? Because it's the right thing to do, no? But then Sarvadharma, just fight because I said, and fight to please me. That's why the devotional service is the most easiest process. Could be the most easiest. How? If you just follow the spiritual authority, which is connected to Krishna, right? How to please. And you just do that. It's the most simple thing. But we don't have this faith, we don't have this vision, we don't have this understanding, we don't have this surrender. Right? Following special master, which is connected with Krishna, is the most easy. You just focus how to please him, right? Prabhupada came how? To the West. Just want to please, fulfill desire of my spiritual master, right? That was the mood, right? And every great acharya in the parampara is like that. I just want to follow, to please. And by pleasing, actually eagerness for hearing comes out. It doesn't come artificially. So you want to please, we want to serve, but one who has serving attitude, that person will get eagerness to hear about Krishna. And eagerness of Krishna is not there, and then there is a lack of service attitude. This is the formula 1, 2, 16, 17, these two shlokas. That's why it's important that we have service attitude, because then we will be eager to hear about Krishna and speak about Krishna. If you don't have service attitude, you will just be Okay, so two kind of hearing. Two main categories of hearing and chanting.
Should I continue?
Yes.
One, knowledge and glorification.
So this is for under the Gnostic question, you have these 4 points.
Yeah.
Which one?
Explanations of Krishna consciousness, glorification of the Lord. Third, preaching, reading and writing about Krishna.
See, this is important. So this is the category of chanting, right? Explanation, glorification, preaching, and it all comes to the category of chanting. Nama prachar is this, right? Okay, and the holy names?
Holy names, private meditation, japa, singing out loud while dancing, kirtana, sitting and singing with instruments, bhajans, singing the holy names in public, Harinam Sankirtan.
Okay, what is the chanting? 4 categories of chanting.
4 categories of chanting is glorification, explanation.
Of chanting holy names.
Or the other one, It's singing out loud, japa,
japa,
singing out loud,
Kirtan.
kirtan. So,
Then we sit down,
bhajan
bhajan, and
and
it's Nagar Harina, Nagar Sankirtan means going to the public. And the glorification of the Lord, left side,
Yeah, explanations of Krishna consciousness, preaching, reading and writing about Krishna,
and
one more, which I don't know. Pronunciation.
speaking about the Lord. No? It's good, no? This is good. This we can share when you see someone now. Okay, continue. When transcendental knowledge is
one
received, yeah.
Part. Once one learns to see things differently, one's doubts and illusions are destroyed.
Okay, and when knowledge is given, what happens?
When it's given or chanted, one gains deeper understanding and assimilates the knowledge which he has received. One gains the special mercy of Krishna.
Okay, that's why the reason why we speak about Krishna.
Yeah, this is amazing. You know, I was speaking to Ariana, she was Ariana then, now it's Ariana. I was saying so many things which I don't even remember that I read them or, you know, it was so amazing.
That's why Sankirtan is also, you can see Sankirtan here, no? You speak about Krishna, you know. That's why this is services which also, sometimes services like this, otherwise we have to find the ways. You know, if we don't have service directly connected with the speaking, then we have to, you know, communicate with monks in the ashram. You know, okay, I heard this. This is such a good point. As in the seventh canto, you know, was such a Prahlad was speaking. I was so amazed. You know, like that. Or on the class, you know, Maharaj said like that. You know, just try to forward. You know, then you will assimilate. Then you will go deeper. This is. We mentioned. We didn't finish the sentence. The 4 steps of Vedic education. First is hearing, right? Reading. Second is mananam, thinking about what we heard. Contemplation, reflection. This is the function of diligence. How this is relevant for me. How this inspired me. You speak. Oh, that point which Maharaj said in the morning about Lord Ramachandra was so amazing. Amazing in the sense that I saw myself in the role of Ravana. I'm that person. You know, something, you know, you try to make it relevant for yourself or for a situation in which you are. This creates this deeper understanding, mananam. Usually we have a lot of hearing, reading, but we don't go deep. No, I read 55 pages. What to read? Can you remember anything? Was something about, I think, Lord Shimadeva. No, it was not Shimadeva, it was one of them. I'm confused. You know?
Yeah.
That's why one way is to write down, right? Writing down. You write down so you can repeat, make notes. Because then you can repeat that thing, you can speak that thing. And everyone has their own pattern, mind pattern, intelligent pattern, you know, which, for example, if we hear the same class and we do writing notes, each and everyone, we have probably different notes. We are selective, we have, you know, something sketches us, something is, you know, it's not relevant for us, you know, that's why it's important to share. It's important to share, you know, these things. In the present time, okay, class was half an hour ago. Oh, which point was relevant for you or was most interesting for you? That should be our habit, you know? Right? And you're blessed because you are translating.
Yes, it's a great mercy.
This is one of the...
You have to listen every word really carefully.
Every word, fast, you know. So
it's the third one. after Manana.
Okay, so this is hearing, reading. Then you contemplate how it's relevant for me, and then you try to apply. Okay, I have to be humble. I heard Hanuman was very humble. Okay, in that situation, and we see he in which situation was humble. How was humble? How humility manifests in the life of our examples, right? Prabhupada or other devotees, and then we try to apply. Okay, next time when I will serve person, I will try to be humble in the sense that I will serve them, and you're thinking the ways how this can be applied. I have to be tolerant. I have to be respectful. I have to have a mood of service. How this manifests in our behavior. You clean the temple. You pick this cushions, and or you have devotee to clean something. You apply, but usually we cannot apply immediately. So we have to hear again. So it's like a loop. Hear more similar examples. We think more, discuss, and that's why this two-way communication must be there. I tried, but I couldn't make it. What do you think? How you become humble, so humble? Huh? Where do you get your service attitude so nicely? So we ask, we share, Oh, you did like that. That helps me, that helps you, that helps you. Oh, wonderful. Oh, I heard this story about that, The stories are there. So we can inspire our intelligence, our rebellious, we have to overcome our ahankara somehow, So we try to apply. Here, think, apply. Here, think, apply. It goes non-stop. That's more and more and more and more and more. And the Sattva Guna is there, we will be able more to apply. If we are not in Sattva Guna, we can hear, we cannot apply anything. I know it's right. But I don't feel like, you don't do nothing, right? Oh, I'm so tired today, and that, I'm so depressed today. It goes hand by hand. Lifestyle and this process, then, in the 5, 4, 3, 6 months, there is some progress. If we have desire to do it, but we can stay or even go down. We are in the special devotees, and we are more and more, neglectful to our sadhana and even to our service. No, I will not do it. I have other service to do. I did this today. This attitude, which is not in the service. Attitude. We can do, okay. For example, if someone asks for the service, and you're really tired, or you have some other things, you respond politely. I would love to do it. I promised that to go there. I'm so tired, I can hardly stand. I would love to do it. I can do it also, but you respond in a very humble way. So devotee who is in charge, who has this responsibility, It's not that they want to. If they are in the same, this is done in a Vaishnava way. It can be it's really uplifting. No, I will not do it. Look at him. He doesn't do it. He doesn't. They all sleep. Huh? I will not also do it. This is not the mood of the Vaishnava. No. You can say, okay, I would like to do it, but I'm so disturbed because others doesn't do. But that is their problem. My problem is I'm willing to do. That's why we need hearing, that we understand. If no one do, doesn't matter. I have direct. This is my process, right? I have to change. I want to progress. And if no one follows, if no one follows, I want to please Krishna. I want to please Guru. Right? That's how the mood.
This is how what's the name for this?
This is nididhyasana. Nididhyasana. Yes, we just finish. And the fourth one, when we are able to establish, that means also transformation. We apply, right? Philosophy is applied in our life and is manifest in the qualities: humility, respect, service attitude, all these qualities are there, manifest in our character. That's the aim of the knowledge. But the fourth one is that we help others. How to establish that, right? Prachar. So prachar, yeah. By your example, you inspire others to go to that process. Make sense?
Yes.
So what are we? That's why this is important that we read, so we can try to apply. And our product is that we apply. Our product is not philosophy alone. It must be there because it's the first part. It's not this philosophy is not important. It's important, but there's also other two steps must be there, and the aim is there. And the aim is because Prabhupada, we are in the Krishnanandi practice. We share. And you're preaching. No, everyone has to share. No, because we are deepening our understanding. So the last point which we do today and then we finished is conditions for proper transmission. Okay, we just speak about that. Condition for proper transmission of spiritual knowledge. First,
one must be heard with the right attitude.
Which one?
With humility and respect, open-minded, not challenging, with desire to learn and understand.
Okay, so with humility, respect must be there. Open-minded means that. What means open-minded?
Ready to accept what you hear.
What is your understanding of open-minded?
Not judge, but to look at it as a fresh thing. Try to look at it from every angle.
Okay, open-minded means that you have one kind of understanding. If something is said now which is outside understanding, that you don't just reject. You're open for that option also. Or you mentioned there are many perspectives, right? These things, like that. How do you see? You see like that. How you see? Like that, and I see like that, right? If you just judging or evaluating the form, each one see differently. So the beauty
With the elephant.
exactly is the maturity of the Vaishnavas is that okay, if you hear something which is not how we see, what is interesting? I never thought like that, and we are open that we can and we respect. Usually, it's only one left or right. No, it's not. This is Beda, no principle. You see like that, and it's a possibility that he may see differently, and it's still valid. It's still okay. That's a difficult one. No? Because my way or no way. No, why? As I see, and you are like you're deviated.
Usually it's easier just to do. If a senior Vaishnava tells you, yeah, I see it for this, then you, oh yeah, that's also possible.
Depends. Yeah, depends. So, and second, must come from the right source. Please read 3 points.
From a genuine devotee, not Mayavadi or professional speaker, has controlled senses and sufficient knowledge.
Okay, so genuine devotee. So the genuine devotee means who is trying to, means that he's trying, he's endeavoring. Not necessarily that he's successful, but he tries to serve. He's eager to serve. He's eager to know. It's like mood. Not my body. My means professional speaker that he has not proper motivation, right? Or wrong motivation that they want to become a god. And professional speaker, of course, for personal interest. And has control senses and sufficient knowledge. Of course, that one control senses means that he was able to apply knowledge, right? The process means that you use senses for Krishna's pleasure, not for our pleasure. And sufficient knowledge. So he has to have some. He is in the process of education. You know, that means he's hearing, he tries to apply, and he is contemplating, he is reflecting, he is discussing. This he must be in that process. So that anyway, then you can learn. You know, if someone also goes to that, you know, how do you understand this? You know, he is also inquiring, and he shares. You know, so it's like you're the one. You're the one. Like, then you have like a network. So you have so many informations about the same topic. No, so many perspectives. One furnishes your view, but another opens another view. No? Both the hearer and the speaker must be qualified. This is the. So here we have, in that box where this is 1 to 17. There are all this section of.
In first canto, there's in the beginning.
Yeah, 116 is also there, and the second. Yeah, there are many places. Okay. Any final comment on this? So tomorrow we'll go in. Not tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Yes, is still open because we don't have yet the transport. So this was about hearing. Any comment on this? Was it make any sense? We will have a little workshop for the chanting. That's why I asked was. So maybe you will also share something from the.
Yes.
From the.
I have no sense.
Yeah. Okay. So this was our first attempt after summer festivals.
Also next week we are back.
So if you can do like ideas to do this daily as much as possible, in spite of so many other responsibilities, but let's try to squeeze this in. This is 1 hour and a half. Today was a little technical difficulties, so tomorrow probably we will hopefully be more successful. Okay? Go Primanande! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakti ki jai. Go Primanande! Vachar Padra Vishta, Prabhasinda, Vachar Padra Namo Namaha. Krishna Katha ki jai.
Antaras ki jai.
Haribo.